Mr. Democracy Officer, I don't feel so good.
What's going on, TubeYube? Wanted to give a little bit of an update of where we're at with the Helldivers film. We got through 4 drafts of the script.
That same effect, like emoted, like have him sigh or like some sort of regret. Like he does not what he's doing, but he's doing it anyway. And I think the reasons for that will become more clear as we get to the end of the film.
And now we're almost done with voice acting, which means we will soon be able to get started with storyboarding, motion capture, and animation, which is super exciting, really cool. And today I wanted to give you a little bit of a behind the scenes look at some of our character and set designs, as that is what you all voted would be the most interesting to see an update on. So we're going to get right into it and jump into scene 1. So this right here is where we're getting started. This is our main character. As you can see, very standard B01 standard uniform. Going through the Helldivers archive, I've been able to pull out and set up and rig different character models and whatnot for Unreal Engine. This model in particular comes courtesy of CoverOp in that community. He's done an amazing job porting over a bunch of assets into Unreal Engine. And so this was part of what he had ported into there, which is super helpful. With the main character, we're looking to have it be somebody that the player can feel like they can relate to, somebody that they've played as, and of course, when you jump into the game, this is how you start. This is, you know, your John Helldiver. That's where our main character comes from. Moving on to the next. All right, so here we have the veteran. He's a creeker. He's been to Malevelon Creek and back, and done all sorts of neat stuff. And one of the super cool things with this project is that the writers have actually written backstories for all these characters. So the actors going in had some context to who their characters were and a bit of their background. And here we've gone ahead and designed him in such a way where we've taken cues directly from models in the game, did some texture swapping and whatnot, and built a character around what's in the script, but also what the writers came up with in those character designs. You can actually read his entire character biography on our YouTube community page that gives some background, some context, and this is the kind of detail we went into with every single character in the project. So there's no questioning, this is the best armor combo in all of Helldivers 2. It's the Legionnaire armor with the Drone Master helmet, and this is our Eagle 1. So it's looking fantastic. And this is kind of our take on that. We went online, tried to find a bunch of references and whatnot to really figure out what she would look like. And at the end of the day, it really just came down to what do we think looks cool? And that's what drove her character design. And the voice actor who voices Eagle 1 has done an amazing job just really bringing the character to life the way that you know her from the game.
Her mission to freely engage in emancipating these socialist toasters.
All right, and the last character designs we're gonna look at for today are the Skulldivers. Now this is a faction of Helldivers who served in the First Galactic War. So they have those iconic Helldivers 1 helmets with a chest plate that complements it, but they're also big, bulky, and fierce on the battlefield. These guys are all about their firepower and just, you know, being able to go into any situation with as much of that as possible. The only thing they're missing is a Titan. You know, you can't have it all. Speaking of not being able to have it all, hey Helldiver, do you want to go ahead and show them some of the sets? You don't have to phrase it like that. They can both just be good games. But anyways, let's talk about some environments. So we have a few already built and that we're working on. They're all kind of works in progress, because the way that these environments work is we will do a really solid base coverage of what we want the scene to look like. But then once animation and everything goes in there, we'll be able to say whether or not a set needs more to it, depending on which direction the camera's looking and what it can see. And then we'll go in and add more details like decals, maybe extra boxes, whatever we need to make the scene look even better. So jumping into this first one, we're at Extract. It looks nice. Looks like what you would expect the Extract to look like in Helldivers, right? We actually built this one entirely on stream, so if you want to check that out, be sure to join us on Thursdays to see us do stuff like this live. We're gonna keep things moving, things rolling. Whoa, I almost fell over. My apologies, but now we are inside of a Super Destroyer. So this set actually also came pre-built, courtesy of Cover Up and his incredible UE5 port. So this level was actually already completely built, which is super helpful. There's some things that we can customize, add to it. But as far as it actually being there and looking like what it does in the game, it's already preset for that, and it looks incredible. Not much more to say. We're gonna keep things moving. So keeping in the theme of interiors, now we're inside of a hangar. And this is one that I actually just finished putting together. So this is for a very specific scene with an exchange with Eagle One. And we just wanted to build something that looked like it would be practical, but also in theme for Super Earth. So this is what was built, and it's looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. All right, moving on to the last set. This right here is enemy territory. This is an automaton base, and it has a full scene that kind of takes place in this no man's land area. No automatons here yet because that would be unsafe for filming, but we're building this out in such a way where it's able to take what's in the story and have something figured out, which is the nice thing about working in these environments in Unreal Engine is we can write what we want the scene to be like, and then we can build the scene around that, which is super cool. So the way that the scene is written, they kind of start over here, they make their way into the base, and then within the base, a whole bunch of crazy stuff happens. But being able to have these environments already set up in this way is super duper helpful. And for a little bit of a quality of life update, we are actually now operating in Unreal Engine 5.5, which just released the other day as production ready. It was in beta before, but now it's in production. So there are a ton of neat features that we're able to utilize, like mega lights, or some of their new face animation features, which will help things along, even though we are wearing helmets for most of the time. Being able to have options and being able to sync the voice actors to these characters when needed is super duper helpful. But it's looking fantastic, super excited about this one. I'm gonna pass it back to Mr. Titanfall himself. All right, so that's pretty much it. Things are chugging right along. Like I had mentioned, we're almost done recording with the voice actors, which means we're going to be getting into storyboarding and animation and mocap and all that stuff here very soon, which is super exciting. So things are going well, things are going good. If you want to support the channel, consider becoming a member, but if you just want to be a viewer, hey, we're just happy to have you here. All right, well, I don't know what else you expected. That's the update. Yep. Comment below if you like Titanfall 2.
Wait, how is my friendly fire damage 59,000?
Wait, what?